Hey, what's going on guys? It's your boy, NerdModon, and today we're actually going to be talking about the armored train, considering that this was a very innovative weapon during the late 19th and early 20th century. Now, a very interesting fact about the armored trains is that most countries ended up discontinuing their use due to road vehicles becoming much more powerful and offered more flexibility while on the move. One of the largest negative attributes of the armored trains is that the tracks ended up proving to be very vulnerable to sabotage as well as from attacks from the air. Now we do see that the armored train is divided into 4 sections. We do notice that it does have a front car, the engine and coal car, as well as 2 similar rear cars. In the center car is the engine and coal car, which holds only 1 slot. The driver, who has control of the speed, the direction, the whistle, and who also has access to a 57mm gun. Between shots, the driver can sight targets through binoculars while the minimap shows the range and the potential target site. During each shot, the player's view will follow the path of the shell that was initially fired. Now, while this process is occurring, the driver also has the ability to notice other targets that he or she may end up ultimately going after the animation has been completed. Now moving right along, the forward car contains the second seat, which encompasses a 57mm gun in the front, as well as the driver's gun in the rear. The second seat handles somewhat like the Mark V landship, so of course you will notice some similarities between these vehicles. Now last but not least, we do have the rear 2 cars, which are very similar in layout to the first one. Each of these cars both have 2 slots for each one, giving us a total of 4 in total. The forward section of each car contains a heavy machine gun. You will notice that this is going to be noted as seats 3 and 5. The rear turret in the middle of the car contains an anti-air gun, which is situated as seat number 4, while the rear turret in the last car contains a 20mm autocannon, which is also noted as seat number 6. Now, of course, you will notice that all guns can traverse 360 degrees, with the exception of seat number 6, which is restricted to the sides and rear of the train. Now, when you consider that the train is a very large object, as well as the vehicle speed and the vehicle maneuverability are very inadequate when it comes down to traversing over the landscape, you will notice that it is also very large in the overall appearance that it upholds on the battlefield. Now, considering that this vehicle has this large gaping negative attribute assigned to it, however, it does have the ability to have heavy armor, and the overall appearance definitely suggests that it's going to require a lot of damage in order to damage the internal components. Now, since the armored train has been retrofitted with a lot of armored plating, of course we will notice that the overall vehicle health is a lot greater than it would be in comparison to a tank or a light transport vehicle. Now, in the off chance that you've been selected to mount a counterattack upon the armored train, of course it is highly recommended to use explosive ordnances, considering that they are very effective against destroying this particular vehicle. Some of the most effective options at destroying or at least damaging the train sufficiently would be the AT mines, as well as some of the other explosive ordnances that you can place on the tracks, considering that it is only within moments that the train will end up driving over it, considering that it's only subjected to certain objectives on the battlefield. Now, in the off chance that you're not able to make direct contact with the tracks, maybe because the train is not moving towards this particular side of an objective, or in the off chance that the gunners are actually paying attention, then of course I would recommend using the AT rocket gun. This does give you the ability to engage the train at distance, which of course can be very beneficial, especially when it comes down to trying to stay alive and ultimately putting some damage downrange. Now, considering that the armored train is retrofitted with so many weapons that can engage multiple different types of enemies, it's highly recommended that you try to approach the train in a strategical manner. Now, when you consider that all of the passengers are completely protected by the armor that the train upholds, it's highly recommended that you not try to bayonet charge the train, because unfortunately it's not going to yield the best results humanly possible. It is also worth noting for some of you pilots out there that the anti-aircraft gun is actually extremely beneficial against vehicles as well as the air itself, so it's recommended that you try to get as much elevation as humanly possible, considering that the flak cannon will do a lot of damage to your vehicle itself. Ultimately, the armored train is not to be messed with, and it's highly recommended that you try to sneak onto the tracks and deploy as much ordnance as humanly possible, considering that that is one of the best ways at destroying the vehicle in a timely manner. But anyway guys, I hope you found something in the video insightful and or entertaining, but until the next episode guys, this has been NMO, and I'm going to be signing out guys. Peace!